What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Slackercast. With me tonight, and Lawrence's new replacement as co-host, Dustin.
What's up?
Dustin can be with us tonight, Lawrence can be with us tonight. So, Dustin, you're taking over his job.
I'll be awkward and black.
With us, as always, lately, Hayden Cornelius from the Cornelius Collection.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
And back with us, and probably going to be back for a lot more streams lately, from the Smores Indoors podcast, Corey. I love that guy. So guys, I'm gonna try to stop drinking soda.
Okay.
Good
I don't know
luck.
how well this is gonna go, but
Have you tried this before?
I've got my little flavored water here.
Oh, that looks disgusting.
Looks like
What
cola.
the hell is that?
Well, it's supposed to be grape, but let me ask y'all a question: is grape flavored anything taste like grapes? Like, does it taste like grapes?
No.
This is not what grapes taste
No.
like.
I do like grape flavored stuff though, but it doesn't taste like
I
grapes.
mean, I do too, but like,
I think that's officially called purple drink. Not great.
yeah, because
I think
it tastes like purple. There's
well, like
everything
watermelon
is-
stuff doesn't really taste like watermelon. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same for banana stuff too.
Yeah, there's
You know,
not too
there-
many
Well, sometimes the
banana.
banana stuff can taste like it, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you know that artificial banana flavor here is actually the original flavor of real bananas? Those aren't the bananas we get anymore here in the States.
Actually, yes, I had a discussion with a guy at work about this, and he was saying that like the bananas that is the top selling item in every store you go to anywhere that sells produce is those aren't real bananas. Like, real bananas are actually extinct. They're like a GMO modified version of what bananas used to be.
Whoa. I never knew that.
Yeah, like bananas basically went extinct, and they had to like GMO modify it and like regrow them, but it's not the original bananas. So
Too many damn monkeys running around.
Well, they taste better now. So
That was not a race joke. That was a monkey joke. Just anything I say, people like to twist it.
Lawrence is not here tonight. It's okay. It can be a race joke.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
No.
No race jokes. No race jokes.
That makes it sound even worse.
Although I will say, occasionally, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of make an Asian race joke, but I feel like it's okay because I'm married to an Asian. Doesn't that make it okay?
I think that might make it worse. I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess I better stop that then. Those damn Filipinos, though. No, I'm happy. I was actually feuding with the wife for like 6 days straight, and it was absolute torture because I wanted to talk to her, but I was prideful. I was like, you know what, I'm going to win this time. And then
You never win. Okay.
I know. I talked to my brother, and my brother was basically, he's like, what the hell are you doing, man? He's like, you know you're not going to win, right? I'm like, yeah, you're right.
especially with your wife.
You're
We're both gonna get
just your
in.
cable, Dustin. You're staticky.
I think I'm about to have to get a new headset.
Yeah, when are you gonna replace those shitty things?
I don't know. I noticed yesterday when I was playing video games that it was starting to go out. So
You sound like
Just
a
unplug it and
robot.
plug it back in. Like, unplug it and plug it back in because it's like, really
Greg,
bad.
those are the Voltron controller of headphones he's got over there.
Are they? They're Turtle Beach.
I was
They
going
were like
through-
$40.
I was going through some of my my old game stuff in the garage, and I actually have some of those old Voltron controllers.
I don't know why
The
we
Mad
started
Cat.
calling them that.
That's what, yeah. And I'd always have this Mad Cat stuff, and Corey would always come over or actually he'd be over there whenever I'm playing with other friends, and they're like, I don't want the Voltron controller. Because they're like 3 times bigger than the regular controllers and shit.
And they were like lighter because it was like made out of really cheap, shitty plastic. So
Exactly.
and the buttons were sticky, like they were like harder to push.
Yeah, they're 5 times the size of a normal controller, but 5 pounds lighter than
Yeah,
Portable controller.
because it's made with thin, cheap plastic.
Were any of you ever controller throwers when you played video games a lot?
No, not me.
No.
I tell you
I
what, I
don't
used to
wasn't either.
do as a kid with the normal NES. I would get killed on a level or something, and I would try to break the damn thing in half. But of course, I'm a fucking child, so it wasn't happening.
I would throw it into like
now.
a pillow or something sometimes, or like, but I would never like break it. Like people that break their shit are idiots, especially now when a controller costs $60.
Yeah, you can't do that these days.
Man, I remember, this is video game related, I guess. I remember when the Sega Saturn first came out, and it was like the baddest thing to me. Like, and Corey got one, of course, because he always got all the best shit somehow.
I still traded the shit to you.
I know. So like, I'm sitting there looking at it. He's like, doesn't really play it, and he's like, well, what do you give me for it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And somehow, some way, we decided on this big ass giant bar that my mom had in the dining room. It was like a big ass wooden bar, probably weighed 300 pounds.
I had a big ass party basement at the time, so
Yeah. Oh man, I love that basement, even though it was fucking haunted. That house was haunted, man.
yeah. Well,
Speaking of haunted, I moved out of my old house and I think that we left the ghost behind.
So
Really?
so Doug is no longer a member of the family, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, Tina had a discussion before we left with Doug and told him that he's not allowed to come with us. So
Did he talk back?
I don't think so. Hopefully, our mom didn't follow us.
What are you gonna do one night whenever your woman's asleep in bed beside you and she starts like speaking in like a man's voice, like a deep man's voice, like,
I mean, she already randomly wakes up and says stuff all the time anyway, so wouldn't be.
Does she ever say
anything.
anything creepy?
No. One time she did wake up. I was like sitting there. I was playing video games. I was sitting in the bed and she's asleep next to me. And all of a sudden she sits up and she points at the ceiling and goes, "I don't like that," and then lays back down and goes to sleep.
Oh, that's
was like-
pretty crazy.
And then I always get the occasional like random thing like that makes no sense at all. Like, oh, the tater tots are in the oven underneath the sink, and I'm like, what? What did you say?
my ex used to do some weird shit. Like she would talk in her sleep in German. So it was
What?
fucking
Fuck?
weird.
Does she speak German?
I mean, she knew German from high school.
Oh.
Like when she would talk in her sleep, it would be German. I didn't know what she was saying because I didn't know German.
Oh, it would have been so much weirder if she like didn't know anyone
Yeah.
was speaking it. It's like
That's what I was thinking at first.
reincarnation type stuff.
Yeah,
Past life regression.
she was fucking weird anyway. Greg knows.
Oh yeah. I mean, what did you expect from a chick you met at Sonic, man? Come on.
That's true. I don't know.
Corey
You
has
live
me.
and learn.
Corey has me. This is actually a funny story. So Corey has me, and I believe it was my cousin Carl. Was it Carl? Robert. It was my nephew Robert. Yeah, Robert Earl, as we called him.
As we called him, no, we actually called him Rubber Squirrel.
Oh yeah, that's true. We changed Robert Earl to Rubber Squirrel. So we're like riding. We're riding with Corey to go meet this chick at Sonic, and he looks back there to my nephew, and he's like, "Don't say a fucking word." It's like, you keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything. So we get there, and he keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't say anything, and Corey's trying to mac on this chick.
Well, he knew the fact that if he said anything, I would do the typical thing to him. Like at night, I used to take him out and rock bottom him on the hood of a car and shit. So,
the good old days.
Oh man, remember when we used to like pretend like we were getting in a fight in the parking lot?
Yeah, I tell people about that all the time.
Or the time we drove around with super soakers and we're like popping out. I was like, you were driving and I was popping out squirting people at like 1 a.m.
That's
People walking their
awesome.
dogs and
Oh
shit.
man, we would piss people off with that because we would ride like in front of like a grocery store.
Yeah, we used to ride by the Winn-Dixie that we worked at.
And like people would be coming out or going in, and we just spray them. And dude, they would get so pissed.
I got some of those good big super soakers from the thrift store, and it was over. It was over with after that. We were just doing stupid drive-by. And Greg's, and it was stupid because Greg's car would stall out sometimes. So if he came to complete stop, we could have potentially gotten to some fist fights.
It would too. It would just out of nowhere just kill him.
Oh man.
It'd have been so bad. Or like, Greg, remember the time we got kicked out of the bowling alley because you threw up right before we walked in, and they made us throw our alcohol in the trash, and then we were on this mission to get it back, like get back into the dumpster.
Speaking of alcohol, Dustin, why do people give me so much shit for drinking the hard seltzers?
I don't know, and I actually wrote a paper on this in school about because it was for like my marketing class or whatever, and it was about beer, so it's easy assignment, but. I wrote a paper about the stigma on that and how it's started to go away because a lot of the frat boys and stuff now drink White Claws and Truly, and it's become a unisex kind of drink. But, we live in the South, so everyone's like, "Yeah, drink your Bud Light or your fucking Miller Light or your queer." So I think it's just a Southern thing, but I prefer the seltzers now because when I drink regular beer, it instantly gives me a headache.
I actually have some video footage of you writing that paper or preparing it.
No, not that. That's not the paper. We don't need to play.
1796.
What is this?
It's
the thing I had to do for school that's apparently on YouTube.
So it's in that closet too?
No, that's a
deadly diseases. Vaccines work.
Is that George Jefferson back there?
I'll give you credit. You knew about COVID before COVID hit. So you got.
It was a report on a presentation on vaccines that my girlfriend actually wrote for me.
Using
this dude would tell me about this. Back when he was still in, having an affair mode, he would like text me all the time. He's like, I gotta go pick up my homework for my girlfriend. He's like, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, damn, man. That's a ride or die if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah, we always joke about how my degree is partially hers.
Oh, that's great.
Because she took like half of my online classes. Just took the classes for me. I didn't have to do anything.
That's so easy to do. I mean, I don't know how they even how do you have online classes these days? Because anyone could just do it for you. I mean, I guess they probably do it over Zoom now. Now that's
they have ways like there's like some of the things you have to take tests and you basically like have to give access to someone in India and let them watch you take your test.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My teachers made me do that towards the end of
my work actually pays 100% tuition, so I'm gonna actually enroll in school and try to get a cybersecurity degree.
That's a good idea. Take advantage of that. Fucking Walmart's becoming like the military. You can get free college if you don't work for us.
There's so much like the military. It's insane. Speaking of which, I sent you a text about this earlier, but you didn't respond to it. I had to make a delivery tonight to some military housing. Like as I'm driving through there, man, it felt like I was like in the middle of a Fallout game because all the houses look the same. They have the same little numbers on it. They're all glowing. So it was just weird.
Well, that's how all these new neighborhoods are now too, though. It's like all these custom built homes, but they're not really they're custom on the inside, but on the outside they all look the same down the street.
I mean, a lot of the houses in my subdivision look the same too, with a few differences, but that's all good. Hey, I did get to let my kid trick or treat in a neighborhood this year. Oh, that was nice. A little bit of old school.
Well, you didn't do that before?
No, I mean we What the fuck was that?
The
The
door to my
ghost.
front door.
Ghost.
I thought you said Doug was gone.
No, that's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. She just got off work.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk about Dune since that's what.
Wait a
this
minute.
episode's
Hold on.
called.
Hold on a minute. Dustin, lean over.
Which way?
Yeah, that way. Keep going. I want to see the wall behind you. Do you have to have a reminder on your wall that that's where you eat?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you know?
I'm just checking. I don't have a problem with that.
It's such a female thing to decorate the wall and that sort of. Assuming that's her, not you, who put those letters up.
I should put my headphones back.
Yeah.
Probably should. All right, so let's get this Dune discussion out of the way because
Even though I'm the only one that watched it.
I mean, I technically watched it all but like 30 minutes. I saw all the cool battles. I just didn't see the ending, which is what I had to watch the synopsis for.
So
I'll go first and talk about this.
All right.
I'll say this: like, I never read any of the Dune books, so I knew nothing about it. I never even saw the old Dune movies. I basically only watched this because all y'all told me to. So, but I'll say this: like, the stuff in the movie looked cool, but like, I had no engagement with it. Like, I guess because I'm not familiarized with the story and everything, it didn't connect to me like that. Like, I didn't really much care for the characters. There was a few things intriguing, but like nothing like just pulled me in to where like I was focusing 100% on it. And that's why I struggled with it, honestly. I mean, it wasn't bad. I'll say that. Like, there's some cool stuff to be seen there, and like I just feel like they didn't do a good enough job of like breaking it down for people who aren't book readers, because you could tell it was very much a movie for the book readers.
yeah, I don't know because I'm in the same boat as you though. I didn't read the books or even see the David Lynch movie. I
Wait,
love
it's a David Lynch movie.
Yeah,
I didn't.
and
know
there's
that.
also been like a crappy sci-fi like mini series or something, but
They said the TV series though was closer to the book than the David Lynch movie, I guess.
oh really? Well, so I since watched the David Lynch movie the other day, last week, and it's almost beat for beat like the new movie.
Really?
Yeah, like there's similar, like almost exact dialogue and exact scenes that are duplicated from David Lynch's movie to the new one, which I thought was kind of interesting and almost made me think like, man, this new movie's not quite as original as I kind of thought. I mean, I know it's all based on the book, so you know it's not technically original, but I love Denis Villeneuve as a director. Blade Runner 2049 I thought was awesome. Sicario, one of my favorite movies. And just seeing him get his hands on sort of like I don't know, I got really big Star Wars vibes from this. Did you not?
I did, but like it didn't, like, there wasn't enough cool stuff like there is in Star Wars. Like, the weapons were too primitive and things like that, except that weird thing that they would like throw at him, and I guess it basically paralyzes him if it hits him. That
Well,
weird
I later learned there's a whole like backstory to this world and how they like banned robots because AI like got too out of hand or something, and that's why they don't use guns and stuff or something.
See, if I would have known all of that going in, it would have made it better for me.
I agree. They didn't talk about that like at all. So I was kind of wondering the same thing while I was watching.
And honestly, they could have fixed that easily with just like a voiceover in the beginning, like show a few little scenes or stills or something like that, and give a voiceover to tell a little bit about the backstory and why the civilization is the way it is, and why this empire is feuding with I can't think of the name of the other people right now, but
Yeah, the Harkonnen, is that what it's called?
yeah, it's not something like that.
I don't know. I do agree, but wanting those gaps filled in is kind of what made me want to go read the book now.
Apparently, this is like a part ones of
Yeah.
because based on the ending, they left it pretty wide open. So I can't imagine there wouldn't be another movie following it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a shit ton of books, so.
Yeah. So, Corey, did you watch any of it?
I'm not.
Have you ever seen David Lynch's movie?
Haven't seen it either. I'm gonna watch this one. I'm just waiting for a good time to watch it with a girlfriend because she's read the book and shit. So.
See, that's what I needed, man. I needed somebody beside me watching it with me that could kind of like tell me why things were going on and why, why this kid has the power to kind of see the future but not really.
Yeah.
Because like he can see the future, but it doesn't always happen that way. I'm like, well, then you can't see the future. It's like if it can completely change, then your ability sucks.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that either. I mean, apparently after doing research afterwards, he's like possibly some prophet that has been mythologized or something for like a millennia or something. I don't know.
I did like that scene in the beginning, and I was actually that's whenever I started getting into it, and then it lost me at one point. Is at the beginning whenever he's talking with the Reverend Mother, and she's got like that needle up to his neck, but his hand's in that block, and like it's giving him all the pain, and like if he, basically if he succumbs to it, he's gonna get killed by whatever that poison was in the needle. Like by moving, I thought that was an intense scene, and I was intrigued by that. But,
well, apparently they're going to do a spin-off with those witch ladies, like a mini-series sort of thing. So I think that'll actually be kind of cool if it has the production quality of the movie. Because I thought that was interesting.
I'm probably going to revisit it because I was reading a lot about it, and like when I watched the synopsis just to see what the ending was, it kind of made me want to go back because the guy did a better job of explaining stuff like was happening from the books and things like that. I was like, oh, okay, well, actually, this stuff kind of makes more sense now, and it makes the movie seem better.
Yeah.
So I think I need to go back and just do a rewatch.
I mean, that's pretty much my experience as well. Like, I was having trouble piecing everything together throughout the movie, and then I did a lot of research afterwards. Yeah. But now that I know a lot more about the lore and the worlds and the different, like, factions, I guess you could call them, I really want to go rewatch it, and it'll probably make a lot more sense. And my recommendation for you, Greg, or anyone else out there, this was definitely a theater watch.
That's what I've been reading everywhere. Everyone said that if you're watching it at home on your couch, it's not the same.
Yeah, there's a lot that you're gonna get out of the theater experience that I thought was really cool. Just like the bass. The movie has a lot of bass, from the soundtrack to the voice that he uses a couple times to just different stuff like that, little nuances that really adds to it if you're in a theater, or if you have a top-notch Dolby Atmos surround sound in your house. But it's fun to watch it on the big screen.
Got that. Actually, Corey, I'm going to steal an idea from you.
Do you have an Atmos set up?
I do, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
9-channel.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the theater thing in the backyard like you did, because they got like the 100-inch screens that you can buy, like the projector screens.
Yeah.
For like cheap, man. They're so cheap. They're like only $50, and I'm gonna do something in the backyard with it.
Just don't cheap out on a projector. Like spend a couple hundred at least on one.
Yeah, because I want it to be able to do at least 1080.
Yeah.
And
you don't need a whole lot more than that, because I mean even 720 out there is good because it's outside. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
it's got to be. You need to get like something as bright as you can get too. So.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it up with like some LEDs and such around it and make it look cool. I got a bunch of LED lights that I got on clearance for like, I think there was like the 6-foot strands of them, the monster ones for like $2 a piece. So I bought like 6 or 7 of them. He's back. All right, Dustin. We bought you some time. We talked about Dune. What did you think about it?
He was actually doing a PowerPoint on explaining Dune.
I didn't watch it, so.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
I was gonna watch it, but I've been busy, so.
That's cool. Actually, you have a good, legit excuse. You've been moving, so I understand that completely.
Yeah. And you don't really realize how much shit you have until you move.
Oh, yeah, ain't that the truth?
And you start unpacking all those boxes or moving the boxes in general. You're like, God damn, when did I get all this shit?
So have you done anything to entertain yourself at all this week? Or this past 2 weeks, rather?
I watched a little bit of football. I have been listening to the new Limp Bizkit album.
I still, you know what? I still need to get on that.
I'm telling you, man, it's good.
I didn't even know they were still around.
Well, they weren't really, but they started touring this summer. They did a show at Lollapalooza.
Oh, okay.
And that, like, Fred Durst had made, like, he was on TikTok for a little bit, and so they were kind of hinting at like a comeback, and then they made an announcement right before Halloween that they were going to drop an album on Halloween, and so they dropped an album on Halloween, and it's actually really good. It's pretty much been on repeat for the last week.
Me and Dustin used to sit in my car at Global Financial Aid, where we both worked together, and listen to Limp Bizkit before we went into work. So
I used to just play, like, because we could listen to music at work, and I used to just play the Limp Bizkit CDs like in order 1, 2, 3 over and over.
Wait,
and over.
It's Limp Bizkit? I thought it was Biscuit.
It's Bizkit.
What the hell? This whole time I've been lied to. Is the album called Still Sucks?
Yes. Yep. and
all right, I have to give it a shot because that's
what's great about the album is he makes fun of himself a lot, and like that old like 90s era cornball new metal stuff. Like he acknowledges the fact that, you know, his shit was kind of corny back in the day.
Does he come out like Roman Reigns and go, "Acknowledge me"?
No, but he does dress like a dad at his concerts and stuff.
Wiggle your cable. You're roboting again.
Did anyone see that movie that Fred Durst directed with
the quarterback movie?
No.
About the girl quarterback?
The John Travolta movie.
The Fanatic.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've just seen clips of it, and I need to watch it because it looks hilarious.
Movies. It's kind of what he got into after Limp Bizkit broke up. He kind of started doing film and stuff.
I'm actually going to show you guys something. I think I'm still on a VPN. So I'm gonna show you this shirt. This is not the one. I gotta find the one that the guy at my work has. It's one of the greatest shirts I've ever seen in my life. It's a Nicolas Cage shirt. I'll tell you that much.
Is this him as a pickle?
No. I can't find the exact one he got. Damn it! I bet there it is. I found it. Can I make it a bit like its own image?
This is what Fred Durst looks like now, in case you're wondering.
Let me see. Hold on, I gotta go back and check this out.
This shirt better be worth it.
Oh, it's definitely worth it. All right, I'm just gonna share this page and I'll zoom in on it.
Come on, you should have had this prepared.
No, because I just now thought of it.
We'll just start calling you Lawrence.
That's not the one. This is the one right here. There's a guy at my work who has this shirt,
What? Oh my God.
and he wears it on the regular, and I absolutely love it. Like every time he wears it, I'm like, I love that shirt, man.
Well, dude, for $7, fuck, I might buy it. Damn.
I mean, it's kind of great.
Can you send me a link to that?
Yeah.
for $7, I might actually buy that.
I don't know if you see this right here, but it seems like there's other Nicolas Cage shirts here too. If you
Look
want,
at the face-off shirt down there.
I think so. Yeah.
That'd be a great shirt to wear just for a live stream, just randomly every now and then.
Yeah, man. He wears that shirt all the time to work, and like he's constantly getting. It's a mixed responses. Some people will be like, "Oh, that is absolutely great," and then other people will be like, "Oh my God, why did you buy that?"
I could see.
I'll share it in the private chat here. Actually, do we have a private chat?
It should still work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually pre-recorded one of these.
There you go. There's the link.
Oh, it's from AliExpress, so
So you'll get it in 2024.
yeah, I'll get. Yeah, it'll be here in a year.
Guess what your weight will be by then?
Guess did you get the link to the chip, Hayden, that I sent you?
Oh God, I was kind of just hoping you wouldn't bring that up. But yeah, I got
man.
it.
Corey's sending me the chip, so we got to do this.
I've got to send it out to you.
For a split second, I thought about maybe doing it, but then I changed my mind again.
Oh, you should no. Commit, Dustin. Commit.
Come on, please. I don't want to do this shit. Someone else. I mean, I'm just glad Greg's at least doing it.
If we can get to 250 subs, I'll do it.
Where did you send that? Was that in the group chat, or did you text me that?
I think
it was in the group chat.
I think it was in the group chat. Yeah.
Okay, I'll find.
We're only 57 away. So if we can get 57 more subs, I'll do the
Well,
chip
fuck, we're
chat.
gonna do the challenge by then. By the way, Corey, you'll be happy to know that next week we are going to do another list.
Oh, okay.
Are we doing the holiday movie list?
Yes, it's going to be holiday movies, your all-time favorite holiday movies.
And that's next week?
Holidays meaning
Or
like
when?
Thanksgiving and Christmas, not like the family holidays, not Halloween. Because if you throw Halloween in there, then it just becomes a horror list.
Yeah.
Oh, it says
You
they're out of the
you
packy
can have
chip in
horror,
my area.
Horror Christmas movies, though, right?
What's that?
You can have horror Christmas movies, though, right?
Yes, it's a lot.
Okay.
What about Die Hard? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yep.
Rather than holiday movies, we'll call it Christmas or Thanksgiving themed movies.
Cool.
That'll be the list.
Meet the Fockers.
So to everybody missing the list out there, where I told you they're not dead. We're just going to do them occasionally. Next week you're going to get one. I don't know if we'll do honorable mentions or not. I mean, I guess it's going to be optional. If you want to add some, you can. If not, it's not required. I'm actually kind of excited because I kind of miss doing them a little bit.
Well, that's why when we were talking about it today, that's why I brought it up. I was like, maybe we should do another list.
We should do one like once a month or something.
I told Dustin we should do a. He didn't like this idea because he said it caters to all the simps. But I told him that we should do a list of our top 10 movies that show girls' titties, not porno. It has to be like a regular movie, but it just has titties in it.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
So I mean, it could be a comedy, a horror, action, whatever the genre, as long as it's not porn or soft porn.
That's one list I look forward to researching.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do that in the future, though. That'd be a fun list.
I guess. Bunch of simps.
Well, I'm getting that Nick Cage shirt with a $3 discount as well.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm
Hell
talking
yeah! So
about.
what's that? What's it make it like $3?
Well, hold on. I got to create an account. I'll finish this later.
He didn't tell you that shirt's made out of paper mache, though. So.
It probably is, but fuck it.
Actually, I found one on Wish too. They have the
Nope.
same. They have the shirt on Wish also.
He'll wash it, and it'll be, when he takes it out of the dryer, it'll be blank. It'll be a white T-shirt again.
Don't wear it on a rainy day.
You know what I love? I love that. It's funny to me that someone took the time to just make a shirt with nothing but Nicolas Cage's face on it. That's why I like it so much. I'm like, I don't
What
know
are
if it's
these? The sizes, they go like past 5XL into
I'm gonna
this
tell you
other
this.
category.
I'll tell you this right off the bat. If that shit is coming from China, order one size bigger than you need.
I'm probably going to order the largest they have and just use it as a blanket.
Actually, if they have a
I bet
fleece,
you-
that would
I-
be the greatest fleece.
Hayden, I
Yeah.
guarantee you that you could probably buy a blanket with that print on it.
I bet you could.
And if you buy it from Wish, it'll be washcloth size.
I'm going one step further, guys. I want a fucking pair of boxer shorts with that on it.
Well, I actually made that Wish mistake, except it was on Amazon. With I went to buy some shelves for my garage because I have a garage now, and I read the dimensions and I was like, okay, they're 4-foot shelves. That's what I need. I get home when it says the package arrived. I get home from work and the package
It was like this big.
Yeah, and it was like a 2-foot by 2-foot square box, and I'm like, ain't no fucking way there's 4-foot metal shelves in that box. So I open up the box, and there's these shelves that are like this big, and then they go, and they're like 4 or 5 foot high. So I guess maybe I read the dimensions wrong, but I was like, motherfucker. So I had to send them back, but I don't know if anybody knows this, but no free ads, but Kohl's actually takes your Amazon returns back, and they give you $5 Kohl's cash if you use that service. So,
I made the mistake of letting my wife go into Hobby Lobby today.
oh no.
Oh, God.
And now that's like, she's like, oh yeah, this is going to be my store. I'm like, fucking great.
Does your wife like to craft?
I mean, but it doesn't matter because they have all the home decor stuff in there too.
Yeah, true. I do. I like all their I like to get signs for my son's room and stuff. I got a bunch of superhero signs, but my girlfriend likes to craft, so Hobby Lobby and Michael's are her shit. Nice pants.
She
Oh, yeah,
walked
my
out of
Captain
Hobby
America
Lobby,
pants,
and you
huh?
ended up with a double mortgage.
That's probably coming. I'm trying to fight the urge to borrow for my equity already because everyone says it's a bad idea until you're at least paid up for a year or two. That's all I need is a $20,000 home equity credit line.
I'm not going to get any viruses by signing up for AliExpress, am I?
No.
You might,
If you-
no, but
if
you might
you're
get a
that-
phone call from
I mean,
Ali.
you could always order it from
God.
Wish. It'll only take you 4 months to get it.
Well, I mean, same with AliExpress. It's straight out of China.
They're
I
all
don't
the
even know what
same.
AliExpress
Shein,
is.
AliExpress.
Oh, shit, I already have an account, apparently. I knew I'd ordered something off here a long time ago.
You're still waiting for it to come, but
Yeah, I'm still waiting on it.
it's like a surprise though when it comes. You're like,
I know,
what
right?
the hell's this?
They're like, oh, I forgot I even ordered this.
Man,
That's how it is when I order stuff off eBay. I'll order so much shit that when it comes in, I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this?
Yeah. Keep life exciting by just ordering packages that won't be here in a while.
Did you watch You didn't watch Paranormal Activity, did you, Dustin?
No.
Corey,
Hayden, you did, didn't you?
I know,
Corey,
I've been slack.
I did.
See, Hayden's the champ here, man. Give homework assignments, he completes them both. Same here. I 75% completed mine.
Well, I love
there was two
Paranormal
problems
Activity. I was going
that
to watch that
for
no
me.
matter what.
Yeah, I actually.
I couldn't find it for free, and I was moving, so that made it even worse because
I
I couldn't
sent you
just
a
put it on
link.
the TV.
Did that link I sent work for anybody, or if anybody tried it?
I mean, all you gotta do is download the Cinema HD app. Everyone has that shit.
Oh Lord
Or
Jesus!
just Paramount Plus for a free week, or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know it was on Paramount Plus. I think I actually have Paramount Plus.
Oh, really? Shit. Yeah, it's on there. Oh,
I would have put it on I would have at least put that on in the background. Dune, I know you have to watch Dune, so.
I haven't.
You definitely have to watch it.
I haven't watched this, but has anybody seen that Paranormal Activity documentary on Paramount?
No, I heard that's good though. And I think my free week already expired, so I don't know if I'll be able to watch it.
Did you cancel your subscription though?
Oh yeah, I signed up on my computer, watched the movie, and then went straight back and canceled. I'm always afraid if I cancel, they're gonna like cancel it right then and there and not give you the week, because some of them are like that. So I made sure I'm gonna watch this fucking movie. They're not gonna cancel it right away on me. Does that make sense? Do you guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch this damn movie.
Do you think all the streaming services are fairly priced, or do you think they should be less?
I don't know. Paramount.
I mean,
Plus
a lot of them
seem
are
to
like
have anything.
$5 now.
I mean, yeah, $5 for the basic version that doesn't give you shit.
I hate it when there's like an ad option. It's like, why would I want to watch ads and pay money for it?
Well, what's shitty is I have the $80 version of Hulu, which is like where you can basically watch TV. You can watch live TV, and then you have everything else that Hulu offers you.
It's $80.
But mainly, yeah. But I get everything. I can literally watch anything I want for the most part. But
they didn't have Paranormal Activity on there, buddy.
Yeah, but then I do have Netflix still, and then I have Paramount Plus because I signed up for the free trial and didn't cancel it. Well, the other reason, I think Hulu's actually like 65 or 70, but I also pay the extra $10 to have Red Zone.
Man, I was reading like this study online where they were talking about how much people spend a month on streaming services, and it's actually kind of mind blowing. Because you'll sign up for all this shit and then you'll forget about it, and next thing you know, like you're paying $60, $70, sometimes $80 a month just for all these streaming services.
Yeah.
Yep.
When some of them, they're so complicated to cancel. Like, no offense, Shudder, and I like Shudder, and I don't mind keeping it, but money's been tight, and I was like trying to cancel it one day, and I cannot figure out how to fucking cancel it. They say it has to be on the exact device you sign up for it on. And I have no clue where the hell I signed up for Shudder on. This was like 3 years ago.
You can't just like call their customer service and cancel it that way?
Well, fuck, I guess I could. But I don't want to talk to people. I want to click a button.
On that. I hate those things that you can only cancel by calling customer service. Like I remember one time I signed up for one of those like $1 trial of being able to like look people up like their
those are always a scam.
Like that. So like I signed up for this shit for the $1, and then like I go to try to cancel it because I knew that the trial was coming up, and like there was no way to cancel other than calling them. And then they're like hassling you on the phone. They're like, "Are you absolutely sure you want to cancel? We'll actually continue your service for another 3 months for just $1 and such." I'm like, "No, I want to fucking cancel. I don't want this shit anymore. I looked up who I needed to look up, and I'm done."
That's how the Sirius XM radio, you get that free trial whenever you buy a car or whatever. They're like, "Oh, you get it free for a year," and then they spend another year trying to convince you to fucking keep it. It's like, no, dude, I barely even use this shit. And they're like, "We'll give it to you for $4 a month, and then like $50 down or some they'll offer you some bullshit deal," and they just don't take no for an answer.
But it is kind of a secret, though. If you want it for cheaper, just act like you're going to cancel, and then they'll give you a cheaper price. I mean, that's what Paramount did. When I was canceling it, they were like, "How about we lower it to $4 a month for 3 months?"
Like people like DirecTV were notorious for that shit.
Yep.
Netflix used to do that for me. Like when I went to go cancel, it would give me the option to keep it for a lower rate. Not anymore. Now I've canceled so many times. They're like, "Bye, motherfucker."
They're like, "See you later, alligator."
Yeah.
I've signed up to Netflix. Like I've done the horrible parent thing. I actually signed up for it under my daughter's name to get the 30-day trial.
I've done like so many of my family members don't even know that I've signed up under their name.
They're trying to sign
actually,
up. They're like, what?
that makes me think of something. You remember what was that thing back in the day, Corey, that you could sign up for where they sent you CDs and stuff in the mail?
Columbia House.
Columbia House, yeah. Man, I don't know how many times, like, I did the Columbia House thing for like my sister's name, my dog's name. I did it for any name I could possibly think of to get all the free CDs, and they just never pay it.
My dad actually was telling me a story about when he was in the army. He was the mail guy in Kuwait. That was his job. He was like the postmaster or whatever. And so he had all these people's information. This was in the 70s. So he had all these people's addresses and names. And Columbia House existed back when they had records too. So my dad was basically signing up for Columbia House with all these other people's information. All these names and addresses that he already had. And back then, it wasn't as easy to keep up with shit. So he was able to scam his way. He was telling me he almost got caught and he somehow bullshitted his way out of it. But yeah, he had signed up. He had like 14 Columbia House accounts. He had like boxes of records.
Did anyone pay for that stuff, or did they just order it and then never pay?
Somebody had. Maybe that's why they went out of business. You only ever had to buy one CD. Like, you bought one CD and you got like 12 for free, and then you had to buy one more.
Yeah.
But my dad did that shit when I was a kid too. He would sign up for Columbia House and then get all the CDs and then fucking not ever buy the other one.
I wonder if it still exists.
I don't think it does.
I gotta look it up.
It might though.
I did join up something recently similar, and it's the Disney version, because they've got some exclusive shit you can only get on their service. Like some movies on Blu-ray is only available through their club, but and I gotta have cool runnings on Blu-ray, so.
So get this: Columbia House does still exist.
No way.
Yes, but now
What's their deal now?
But now they do DVDs.
What?
They don't do CDs anymore.
Let's see: free shipping only on eligible orders of 2 or more DVDs, with a total of $35.
Yeah, I guess no one listens to CDs anymore. That kind of shit's out the window now. That's crazy that still exists.
I guess their big sell thing is it's like DVDs at up to 60% off regular club prices.
I tell you what, though, I'm kind of tempted to like buy a bunch of CDs of like that are popular CDs just to hang on to, because that shit's gonna come back just like fucking tapes have.
Oh, you already know.
Records.
Yeah.
That's why I started buying VHSs. Like when I see like a VHS movie that I think will be worth something one day. Speaking of which, I think I might have hit the mother load at this little like mart store we have here. It's like one of those like thrift type mart stores where they have, like a resale place basically. But they have so many of the old Disney movies in there. And I'm talking like the black label ones.
If you can get those and you can get them sealed, that is
if you can get them sealed, definitely. But I've never been able to figure that out, because some people say they're worth like hundreds if you get the black diamond, but I think it's all bullshit. Because I don't know, I've yet to find like solid evidence that you can actually sell them for that high of a price.
Yeah, because I was looking them up while I was in there on eBay. Like I was scanning them and seeing what they were going for on eBay, and like I found a few that would be listed like really high, but then as you scroll down, it's like the same shit and listed only at like $20.
Yeah.
The thing, you got to go to you got to see what they sell for, not what they're listed at.
Yeah.
There's too many dummies they got shit listed for fucking. Dude, I was looking at this card the other day and they had it listed for $6,666 with $6.56 shipping. Like, why did you even waste your fucking listing on that? You're like, do you think you're fucking funny? Like, I don't know. You only get so many listings a month before you have to pay for each one, so.
Speaking of which, I'm a little pissed off at eBay right now.
Why? What'd they do to you?
Well, I sold something on there recently, and it was supposed to be during the free listing uh, trial or whatever they had going on, like this free listing for the month of whatever. And like they still charged me the final value fee. So
You're
like,
still
Well,
getting
that-
fees.
Yeah, you still get a final. I mean, you're paying. You still have to pay for the service, dude. You just don't have to pay for your listing. You're always gonna have to pay that final value fee.
I always do the
every
free
time.
listing anyway, so that didn't offer me shit.
Well, you don't list fucking 300 items a month on eBay like I do.
I'll tell you what, though, when it comes to VHS, keep an eye out for horror shit, because I recently picked up a Reanimator VHS tape for $1, and I just sold that shit on eBay for $65. So
Damn. Yeah.
That's
I've yet
the
to try to
problem is,
sell
like-
mine, but I
It's
bet
like
the
also-
price will go up. Sorry, Greg.
Oh,
Go ahead.
you're good, man. I'll spend all day in those stores just scanning them, just to see if they sell for anything on eBay. That's my problem.
Yeah. I don't know if I think there will be a pinnacle for VHS. And I think we're a few years away at least, but I think it'll get there like vinyl records. And we'll be able to possibly sell our collections for a lot. But I also just like collecting them just because they're cool to look at. And I don't know. I'm one of those weird people that occasionally will actually watch a VHS tape. Just because it's kind of fun sometimes.
I have like one of the original PS2 boxes.
Oh really, dude?
Like-
Keep that shit.
Like, and it's for the Fat Console. It's the Fat Console box. I have the OG.
Do you still have the system?
I still have the system. The
Oh,
one that
dude.
matches the box.
Because that'll like double the price if you have the box to it.
Oh yeah, I look at it occasionally on eBay, man. Those things, even like not in the best condition, sell for a lot because apparently
Yeah.
those boxes are really rare now.
Oh yeah.
is that
Like-
the, like solid blue box or
Yep, the solid blue one.
Same with like N64. If you can find, or if you have any cases for any games, that'll like skyrocket the resale value.
I mean, shit, we saw that whenever we were talking about the Nintendo games, and we went and looked up Jordan versus Bird, and fucking games were $150 if it was in the box still.
Yeah.
and if the
Which
shit's
I don't really
sealed,
get it.
If the shit's sealed, get the shit graded.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't really get it. Like, why do you need the fucking box? But I guess if you're a hardcore collector and you want that, I guess.
I don't know, man. I've always been a hoarder when it comes to boxes to electronic shit. Like if I buy something electronic, I always have that mindset of like, I may have to take it back one day, and I don't want to be that guy that takes it back without the box. So I
Yeah.
keep the fucking box.
I just always thought, well, when I move it, I can put it back in the box and it'll be protected whenever I move. So I always have the boxes. I just like anytime I buy electronics, I just put the box up in the attic.
Unfortunately, 360s aren't worth much in the box because I've got like 5 of them. Because that red ring tore mine apart. I went through like 3 of those fucking systems. Do you guys
Did
remember
you
that?
send them in to get your ones back? I got like 3 free Xboxes for.
Yeah, but I would like send it away and then they'd give you like a refurbished one, and
Yeah.
that would last for like a few months. And then I just had bad luck with those. Yeah. I finally got one of the like upgraded 360s that was like black and it had like a I don't remember the terabyte number, but I think it was at least a terabyte drive. I can't remember. No, maybe not a terabyte. I don't know. Look, people watching this shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
Yeah. But do you guys want to talk about Paranormal Activity? We kind of brought it up for a
I
second.
mean, we can. We may
Even
as
though
well.
I think, is it just me and you seen it? Or Corey, did you say you saw it?
I watched it tonight.
Yeah, there's 3 of us have seen it, and Dustin hates horror movies, so let's go ahead and talk about it.
I don't hate horror movies, okay? They're not my preference.
Why are you showing us your titties?
I know, he was like, I was expecting him to open his shirt up.
I'm doing card shit and podcasting at the same time.
Where's that dedication you were talking about, buddy?
I'm dedicated.
I'll say this: I went into the paranormal, the new Paranormal Activity, thinking that it was going to be shit and I wasn't going to like it, and I was completely wrong because I loved it. I actually think it's probably one of my favorite Paranormal Activity movies.
It's mine. I think it is my favorite Paranormal Activity movie.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen the first one, and I think I saw the second one too.
Well, those are probably the best.
I actually really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
Good. I don't hate horror movies. I just they're just not a preference of mine, and I have feelings about them.
Yeah.
But
well, Greg, I'm in the same boat as you. I thought this was going to be complete dog shit. I watched the trailer and I'm like, God damn it! It's like a folk horror. It's in an Amish village or some shit.
I think that just added to it.
I know. When I watched it, I was actually like, man, this is really taking me in, and I'm liking this. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's kind of funny. Like last year, I actually spent some time around an Amish farm because my girlfriend's dad lives in Amish country, and they buy a lot of goods and stuff from the Amish people around there. So we went to this Amish farm and was buying some like jams and stuff they had canned up, and I just got a weird feeling being there, and that movie kind of reminded me of like being on that Amish farm, and so I think that's a cool setting for a horror movie though, is a place like that, and you know, it explains away like your cell phone not working and shit like that, which I think is a problem with horror these days, is how you explain that away.
Yeah, like it's like you said, man. It's what made that movie good was all about the setting, because like just the fact that, like you said, just because it's in an Amish community is already creepy. Then when you start throwing like paranormal or cultish type stuff into it, it just amplifies it. Because I mean, if you're not familiarized with that type of environment, you kind of don't know what to expect, and that's what a lot of horror movies lack these days, is that feeling of not knowing what to expect.
I'll say this too, and this has been ever since I watched The Grudge, the original Grudge back in the day. I am like a little bitch when it comes to jump scares.
Like
I feel like I need to watch this shit on a 13-inch TV or something to be able to survive it.
I rarely ever get like, they rarely ever get me anymore, the jump scares, is because I can kind of like just see where they're about to come.
Yeah,
oh man, even if I can see where they're coming, they still get me. Like, I hate that shit too, Corey.
I'll tell you the one that got me good though was in Insidious. Whenever that little like devil thing appeared.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Good.
But yeah, I really liked this movie. I thought that church was creepy as fuck. Oh,
why are you showing us your dick now?
It's for you, man. You showed us your ugly pajama pants.
I mean, it's Captain America. I figured you'd appreciate that.
I do. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time.
But I loved how they kept trying to like. They kept focusing on that barn, like, or the church, where they were doing all this stuff, and like, I liked all the fact that they had to sneak around to do everything.
Yeah,
that's what really got me. Is like, you know, it's like, because I could put myself in that situation, I'd be trying to sneak around and do shit like that.
Yeah, it adds anxiety because you're like, oh shit, are they gonna get caught? And yeah, you can see yourself doing that, and man,
and then
yeah, go ahead.
And then I started thinking too, like whenever they were in the church and they're like snooping around, I'm like, this thing is so far away from the house. How the hell are they gonna get away without getting caught? Because I mean, it looked like there was only one way in, one way out. So.
Well, dude, the first time the chick, not to spoil anything, but she
Oh, you
goes
can
down in the hole.
Spoil free.
Yeah, spoil
Okay.
away.
Go away.
But yeah, when
Go
she
away.
goes down into that hole for the first time, I'm surprised she didn't get caught. Like I thought that's what they were setting it up for. But I wish they had done a little more with that though, because she kind of gets to the bottom and freaks out over really nothing. Like I don't think she really. I can't remember. She might be like hears
Well, she
something.
started hearing growling.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, she started hearing that growling, and that's what scared the hell out of her. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
when she's like, pull me back up, which I'd be the same way. And first
But
off,
dude-
you'd never get me on that damn rope. to
Oh,
begin
I
with.
know.
That's
Dude,
like,
this-
ain't no way.
The second she was like, "All right, I'm getting on it," and the guy was like, "Hell no!" I was like, "Dude, there's no way I'd let that chick do that if I was there." Oh, fuck that.
And then the thing seemed so janky too. Like whenever they're cranking to roll down, like this thing is gonna break. I was like,
Yeah.
it's been waiting for this moment to break, and now
here's
it's gonna be that time. So
Here's something I didn't get. You know the ending, basically, when she's down there and her boyfriend or whatever sees or realizes she's down there. How the hell did he crank himself down there?
yeah,
Wait.
that was kind of weird.
Wait, when?
So he knows she's down in the hole, like close to the end, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go down to save her. How did he crank himself down into that hole?
Oh shit. What? You're
I'm-
right. What the
He
fuck?
might- He must have kind of rigged it up somehow. I don't know.
Did they explain that, or did they just cut and they're both
They,
down there?
they didn't really explain it, but
I didn't even think about that.
The other dude brought him back up, but
Yeah.
it was like he cranked himself down somehow, and I don't know.
Was there at least somebody in the movie named Jebediah?
May as well.
Or
there
Ezekiel?
wasn't. However, there was somebody in the movie named Nick Papagiorgio.
Yeah. I'm gonna shut my camera off so you can see the star of the movie here too. So
All right.
it was that guy.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the guy that I always say that he's in Napoleon Dynamite. And the first time I saw it, he reminded me of Corey because he does like this little like smug smirk thing whenever Napoleon Dynamite's up there doing like his little presentation. I don't know why, it just made me think of Corey, so it's like an ongoing.
I'm making a shirt
now.
with that dude.
You should actually. You should get one with nothing but his face.
I might.
No, I want to ask you guys about the ending because I was a little bit first of all, I love the way it ended with,
Me
them
too.
driving away with the van. Yeah, Dustin, I know you loved it. But the very, very end, when the cops show up, had the demon just like transferred to that one dude, and that's
must
how he was
have.
able to like have psychic powers
Well-
or whatever.
That's why they were trying to keep. That's the reason they were keeping her, like, captive anyway down there. Wouldn't let her leave because what she had was basically like, it infects you like a virus. So it's not like full on possession, but like it's almost like it because it's like being infected with evil per se. Is kind of the way I took it. And like,
Oh, and that's why the two-headed goat was.
yeah, and that's why
happened, okay.
everyone. Because I mean, you remember early on in the movie. Whenever like the animals were dying and shit, they were saying, it's spreading, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like
okay.
they were trying to, I think they spoiler alert here, they weren't actually Amish, they were just a cult.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think
Well, that's
they
what the postal worker said too.
Postman.
Said they weren't Amish.
so like
Did they ever
Bas-
show her mom? Or did I
Yeah,
miss
she
it?
was the
her
demon
mom was
thing.
the demon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which that was a really bad CGI shot when she like stabs the thing in the neck, and it like, shows it for a good like 3 seconds. That was kind of bad. I kind of almost wish we hadn't seen it so up
Imagine
close.
that though, man. Imagine you find out who your mother is, then you find out that she's been there the whole damn time. You're the outcast.
Yeah,
And
that
she
is
turns out to
pretty
be some
fucked.
type of damn demon that's infected with some shit these cultists conjured up, and now they have no control over.
Yeah.
Was it as bad as when Myers stabs that chick in the throat with the fluorescent light bulb?
Well, there
Why
was a
does
lot of
everyone have such
blood,
a problem
but
with that scene?
it wasn't
the
coming
CGI
out of her
was
neck.
bad. It was bad, and she does this. Like, go ahead. Like, stick it in my neck, basically. She just lays there, and she's like, ah!
Corey, I actually never got your thoughts on Halloween because before I get that, Paranormal Activity. So everyone liked it. Like,
I
I thought
loved
it was
it.
good.
Yeah, I'd recommend it to
it was
everyone to
fun.
watch it. So.
It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
I kind of wish we'd gotten more of the dude like fucking self-suiciding people or whatever you call it.
I wanted more of the brother.
cool.
That's gonna be the next one probably.
And
Feels
also,
like that's gonna be a continuation.
More of the
Also,
brother.
it's,
What brother?
the brother, the one that brought her there to begin with. You didn't get a whole lot of
Oh.
her after that. He initially brought her there.
You mean
He was creepy, so.
the guy who was forcing the cops to kill themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted more of that guy too.
But something that's worth mentioning is that this Paranormal Activity, you don't need to have seen any of the other ones to enjoy this movie because it was not related in any way as far as I'm aware of.
Is it just like is it a found footage movie just like the other
Yeah,
one?
it's done like the found footage and such, but it's more like
It's not all like
It's more cinematic.
yeah.
Better camera work. Because like the guy who's doing it is an actual filmmaker or
So
aspiring
it's not as much
filmmaker.
shaky cam.
I appreciate that part of it.
Yeah.
There wasn't like parts in it that made me want to puke, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was shot really well.
I remember Corey saying that after Blair Witch. He's like, it made him want to puke.
Parts of it do. I mean, because I watched that in the theater, and the part where they're like running with the camera, I'm like, fuck, just stop.
Some people have some
Which
serious issues with that stuff.
I think Corey's one of them.
Yeah.
I bet you would probably get sick doing a lot of the VR stuff.
Probably.
Like get the motion
I don't do
sickness.
the shit.
Wait till the porn comes out, buddy. You'll jump right in.
But what do you mean comes out? It's already out. VR porn.
I mean, the good stuff.
forever.
The stuff that they have now is not the good stuff.
You're gonna tell me you haven't tried that shit on your phone and like those cheap cardboard things you put in?
Dude, it's the only reason I ordered one of the little VR headsets was to try that. What are you talking about?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to tell you this. All right, you already feel like a loser when you're jerking off, or at least afterwards.
Yeah.
You feel like even more of a loser when after you jerk off, you also have to take off a fucking headset and take your phone out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it can't be any worse than like having a sex doll or a fleshlight or any
Dude,
of those other things.
I'm going to tell you right now. My biggest nightmare was my wife catching me with that damn thing on my head. Me sitting at a computer
Jerking
chair,
off.
spinning around.
You spin around while you do
Hands
it?
down to my ankles.
Oh my
That's
God.
why your other computer chair was so worn out.
Damn right.
So apparently you like to spin around in it while you jerk off.
I mean, with the VR porn, you have to. You got to get certain motions.
Yeah.
If I want to move over here, if there's multiple girls, I mean, come on.
Just wait till they. Well, I mean, they already have these devices, but wait till wait till you get all that hooked up to you, and you got to take all that shit off.
Dude, I'm scared of it. Honestly, I'm afraid of the pervert I'm going to become once it gets to the point where you can actually like this shit feels real.
No, well, they actually have stuff. They have a Bluetooth one now where you can even like if you and your partner are like in different states, you can like connect them together, and then one's like a dildo.
Stop,
and the other...
stop, just stop. I don't need to hear this, okay? You're gonna have me going on Amazon as soon as we're done with this podcast.
I mean, even if you're single, they have devices that.
Yeah, I mean they do.
you can like sync it up to the porn, and like if she touches your dick, you'll like feel it and shit. I've always wanted to try that, to be honest. I just wonder if it's any good.
Man, I remember like my ex-wife ordered this vibrator once that like bent at a 90-degree angle.
What?
And I'm like, Like it was you could bend it to a 90-degree angle. I'm like, why the fuck would anybody want to bend it like that? Like, what are they doing?
Well, they got the ones that like spin around and all kinds of stuff, man. I don't know.
You know what's even cooler than all that shit though?
Getting
Just
laid.
fucking a real human.
Exactly.
Some of us get laid, Corey. Some of us don't talk to their wives for a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you fucked up marrying them.
He's right about that. That's all right. We're gonna go to the Philippines soon, and there's not gonna be anything to do there but that. So.
Well, that Nicolas Cage shirt won't ship to the U.S. It's bullshit.
Order it on Wish. I guarantee on Wish it will.
All right.
They have the same.
Dude, that
shirt
shirt's
on
got to
Wish.
be all over the place. I guarantee you that's on like print. I'm sure you could probably even print that on demand.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You can make your own version on Teespring or whatever.
put
I'm gonna
my
say this,
face all
Hayden,
over it.
If you get that shirt, you have to wear it on the podcast.
Oh, I will. That's why I'm getting it. I want to wear it on the stream.
I want everything. I want everything with that. I want my blanket to be that, my pillow slip, everything. I just want to drown myself in Nicolas Cage's head.
If Hayden makes a T-shirt with his face all over it, I'll wear it on the podcast, and I'll wear it.
Hey, there you go. You heard it.
Look, I'm drinking out of a glass with his picture on it. So what the hell?
Hell yeah!
All right. So, has anyone got anything else they want to talk about before we jump off here?
Yes, I got to tell this Mount Vernon story.
Yes, the Mount Vernon story. Let's hear it.
All right, so Mount Vernon's a small little town. Nothing much happens there. Like 7,000 people live there. I think it was Friday. This couple was found murdered in their house.
Oh,
And this was down on Mulberry Street, Greg, like a couple blocks from here.
I used to live on Mulberry Street.
Yeah. So this story gets really fucking weird, okay? So
I love this already.
So there's some like, there was a couple days before they released the names of the couple. So there is some drug shit going on in town. You know that. You know, it's been happening a while. So the assumption was like it was a couple that probably drug deal gone wrong or something, and something got fucked up there. But they released the names, and this couple, they're both fucking 70. Okay.
70?
Yeah. So, that's pretty fucking weird. In Mount Vernon, a double homicide, a 70-year-old couple, okay? Here's where it gets really fucking creepy, okay?
Oh, man.
So, you've been like I used to have to go to the little city council meetings, right?
Yeah.
A week before this murder happened, that woman was at the city council meeting addressing the council about trouble in the neighborhoods and in her neighborhood. And she told the council that her and her husband felt like they had been watched.
What?
Oh.
So the video of her at the council meeting is online. But
this sounds like serial killer stuff,
I
man.
know.
And so this is a really small town.
Yeah, this shit doesn't happen.
Yeah, and that's...
I mean, there's a murder there like every between 10 and 20 years.
Well, I had a cop tell me just not long ago that, like, serial killers are still very much a thing in the United States, but they don't go to the media about it. Like, they're not allowed to. Like, they're not allowed to give media any details because they don't want it becoming a national, like, phenomenon like the Ted Bundys and the Ed Geins and people like that did back in the day, because the notoriety is, of course, what serial killers seek. So they never go to the media with stuff like that now. But he told me, he's like they very much still exist and they're out there. He's like more than you would want to think about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when he told me that, I was like, me already being fascinated with that subject. I'm like, holy shit.
it was really, I watched that video. It was really eerie to hear her say that her and her husband felt like someone was watching what they
I
were
want you to
doing.
link that to me because I want to
will.
watch it.
And
you
then,
said they were found naked, hanging upside down, or something.
no, I don't think they said how they were found. But
I'm just joking. That'd be even weirder.
But a week
Yeah,
later, they're
I want to
fucking
see
dead.
this video.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah, well,
Hell, we should maybe. I don't know if we have time, but we should watch that.
It's not
now.
that like exciting, but
Yeah, well, we'll just watch it once we end the
Okay.
episode here. I don't think it's probably.
Maybe they were being nosy neighbors to some serious drug dealers.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
like what were they? What were they shot? Did it say how they were killed?
I don't think they've said yet.
That's gonna be the tell all right there.
Here's one of those videos, but you can play this one, I guess, if you want to pull it up.
All right, yeah.
And then I'll find the one that's like the meeting. It may have a clip from that meeting in this one.
Do you have the news story? Like, have they done any like news stories
This
or
is
anything on it?
this one I sent you is like a news story about like city leaders reacting to the double homicide.
All right, let me load this up and then I'll share the tab.
Who goes after 70-year-olds? That's weird.
Next door neighbor was her daughter too. Like,
Oh really?
So,
yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, that's so weird. She's talking about being watched, and then she's dead like a week later or whatever.
Oh, hold on, I don't think I shared audio. I hate that. I wish they'd make it to where it automatically does that.
I
You don't
know,
have to
right?
fucking- Oh, it's actually clicked on here, so it should work.
I hate
All
that
right,
shit.
tell me if y'all hear this.
The victims identified as 74-year-old
Kind of?
John Hall
Oh,
and
there we go.
74-year-old Elizabeth
Yeah.
Hall were found dead in their home on Saturday. Authorities investigate. The community is looking for answers. Now, we have team coverage tonight, starting with Jessica Costello, who joins us live in Mount Vernon.
She's
after
kinda
speaking with
hot.
city leaders.
I was
Yes.
about to say, hey, baby.
Well, Rainey, we reported yesterday that Mrs. Hall actually went in front of City Council to talk about those concerns she had about neighborhood safety. That all just last week. Now, I wanted to reach out to city leaders and talk to them about that conversation they had with her. The mayor tells me nothing like this has happened in this town in decades. About 50 years ago,
You wouldn't have guessed in a million years that something like this would happen.
that's the last time Mayor Curtis says a crime this violent has happened in this small town.
There'll be domestic situations, or there may be
We're 70.
something associated with drugs or whatever, where there may be a shooting.
But no crime recently, leading officials to believe 2 homicides would occur.
I just don't want to move to a small town and live in fear.
But that's 74-year-old Elizabeth Hall in front of City Council just last week, expressing her concerns about the safety of her neighborhood.
You know what the next step that I'm thinking of at my age? It won't be limited to outside.
That before she and her husband, John Hall, were found dead inside of their home on Saturday.
I mean, it's not like she lived in a ghetto.
She did not appear
Yeah,
to
I was kind of
be-
expecting
She
that.
wasn't upset with anything.
I don't know.
No, it's a
It
nice
was
neighborhood.
more
When you said
an
small town,
informational-
I just assumed like country sort of.
On her part, she wanted to make sure we were all aware of it.
Yeah, that
Neighbors
was a
say
nice
petty
house.
crime happens often around Mulberry Street. Mayor Curtis says only 3 incidents of small crime was actually reported to police within a month's time.
The chief had
That's why you were such a hoodlum, Greg.
and indicated to patrol
Causing all
officers
sorts of trouble.
to make
Mulberry Street
more
gang.
frequent
Thug
tours
life,
to the
baby.
neighborhood.
The mayor says Mrs. Hall's concerns did not go unnoticed. He says conversations with the police chief led to assurances those patrols would be more frequent.
Mrs. Hall had said that, I think, as I recall, that the police had responded.
When did
and
y'all
she
get
made
Colonel
reports.
Sanders as the mayor?
So it really wasn't like she
He's been
was
there a while.
upset about the police response. It's just she was concerned that it had repeated.
The mayor says
Why'd
the
they show
message
his
at the
hands?
meeting last week stays consistent even today. He says people have to report any crime that happens.
Do you believe that there's any reason for your community, especially in that neighborhood, to be concerned at all or feel unsafe?
I don't think there's a reason to panic. A terrible thing occurred. And I think everybody in this community and any others, as far as that's concerned, need to take appropriate steps.
Now, those appropriate steps that the mayor is talking about are the basics.
guess
Just
it's
making
mostly-
sure that your home is secure,
Pretty much
making
it,
sure
yeah.
your doors
Yeah, that's
are
pretty
locked
much
at
it.
night. Now, we did also reach out to
So they either got murdered by serial killers or a family member, or they were sticking their nose somewhere they shouldn't have been sticking their nose.
Here's my theory on it. I think someone was in the house trying to steal shit, and they didn't realize they were home or something.
And it just went wrong.
Yeah. That's my assumption.
Well, if it happens again soon, you'll know if it was. Is it sad that I'm kind of rooting for it to be a serial killer?
Well, I have 2 boys that live like 3 blocks from there, so hopefully not.
All right, then. Well,
in
you
that
know what?
neighborhood, so.
I'll put my hopes and dreams to the side for that.
Shelby was actually riding his bike past there, like about the time it supposedly happened.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Going to work, yeah.
Oh no! Hopefully it wasn't your son.
It's not.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you have loaded up on your screen there, Hayden?
Go ahead and pull it up.
VR.
I don't know what the fuck this is. It's this came up when I was looking for the Nicolas Cage shirt. It's a yodeling pickle.
I think that's something from Rick and Morty.
Oh, is it? Well, that makes more sense.
Jeez.
All right.
All right, I'm
Well,
buying
you know
it.
what? Things are starting to get weird, so that seems like a good point to wrap up.
I
this
just thought
episode.
I just saw that. I thought I'd share.
But yeah, thanks for sharing that, Corey, because that was like
Yeah,
that intrigues me so
just
much.
a weird story.
Yeah.
All right. If any, you got anything coming up, Corey? Before we head out of here, you want to promote?
Yeah. At some point, I'm going to have an interview with a guy named Kevin Lockhart. He's a producer of this movie I saw along with Unlisted Owner called High on the Hog. I think it was one of Sid Haig's last movies. And I'm going to have him on for an interview, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to do a commentary of that with him. It's kind of a fun little grindhouse type movie. So, and then, like we did last year, we did a commentary for Christmas Vacation around my birthday last year. I think this year we'll do something similar, but do Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I love that
Commentary
movie.
for that.
That movie's
so.
great. Yeah.
That's the
I'm
movie.
definitely gonna have to
you
go
sent me, right,
revisit
Corey?
some holiday movie lists because I don't want to miss any of the good ones like that one. That's a sleeper right there.
It's definitely one of the best. All I have coming up is I plan to continue my greatest heavyweight stream. I'm probably going to do that. This is going to premiere on Wednesday, probably Wednesday evening after I get off work. So I'll probably do that stream Thursday, maybe Thursday night after I get off. Probably about a 30-minute one. I'm going to get my ass kicked. I already know it, but we'll see how it goes.
It's because you suck.
I don't. It's just I didn't make my guy tall enough, so these dudes have reach on me, man. They tear me up with that reach.
You did the realistic height, huh?
No, I didn't go with the shortest. I went with the mid. If I would have went with the short, I've done that before though. I'd go with the shortest, and I struggled like the whole time.
Hey, y'all want to see something ironic that I pulled out of a box today?
What is that? Oh, is that Aaron Rodgers with the mask on?
Yeah. And he's out with COVID.
Dude, keep those. I bet those will be worth something someday.
Oh, I got a bunch of them. That's kind of a thing they did this year. Like they got a bunch of them with the masks.
That's cool.
Well, before we get out of here, I want to show some Patreon subscriber love.
Woohoo!
Thanks to S'mores Indoors, Shelby W, Hayden, thank you. Thanks to Jay the Stingray, and thank you to Orc. We appreciate that. And Dustin, since you're doing Lawrence's job tonight, I'll leave it to you. So until next time,
Slack off.